I used to love spending on my American Express credit cards and earning all of those sweet membership rewards points. And for a long time, the American Express Platinum card and the American Express Gold card both played a major role in my core credit card setup. But after using these cards for several years, I've decided to cut them as primary cards on my roster. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why. Now, I want to be clear that I'll be keeping some of my American Express cards, but they'll no longer be primarily used for spending. Instead, I'll just be using these cards for the benefits. I also want to mention that I still think that American Express has a great rewards program. From my experience, they have the best customer service, and for the right person, they also have very compelling and competitive cards. But after a lot of self-reflection, I'm questioning how the membership rewards program fits into my own personal life. And it's no secret that one of the most important things to understand with credit card points and miles is, what's your goal? Like, what are you really trying to achieve? In its most basic form, this is broken down into whether you're on Team Cashback or on Team Travel. And for the longest time, I thought I was on Team Travel. I mean, of course I wanted to travel to exotic places, fly in the most spacious of airline suites, and stay in the most luxurious of hotel properties. But there was one little problem with that line of thinking, and it was that I almost never fly internationally. Now, it's not that I don't want to, it's just that it's not something that I do very often. In fact, I looked at my travel habits over the past 5 years, and can you guess how many times I've actually traveled out of the country? Just once. It was last year, and I traveled to Vancouver, British Columbia, in Canada. And just as a geography refresher, Vancouver is in southwestern Canada, just over the northern border of the United States, right next to Seattle. So I'm not even sure if this counts. Now, I admit I should probably make traveling internationally more of a priority, but as of right now, that's not something that I'm really focusing on. And so why is that important when it comes to American Express credit cards? Well, the best way to redeem American Express membership rewards points is for international, first or business class air travel through their transfer partners. There are, of course, other ways to redeem membership rewards points, but compared to transfer partners, there's no comparison in terms of raw value. And I know there's a lot of interpretation when it comes to the value of your points, but I think we can all agree that redeeming membership rewards points through transfer partners is probably the best way to go. So what I found in my situation is that I've been earning a lot of American Express membership rewards points through sign-up bonuses and through spending on my MR point earning cards. But the main issue is that I never have a chance to redeem them for that aspirational trip, and so they just end up sitting in my account doing nothing and probably just losing value. And because of this devaluation, it's super important to earn and burn those points because there's really no reason in hoarding them, but that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's not good. So now I'm in this place where I have analysis paralysis, where I know I should be redeeming these points for aspirational travel, but I'm just not sure when that's going to be. So even though I use a hybrid credit card setup and try to lean more on Team Travel, I'm actually more on Team Cashback, since I've noticed that by using cashback or cashback type of cards, I've been able to earn and burn those earnings very quickly for redemptions that bring me immediate value. Now, it's not just the redeeming part of American Express's ecosystem that's a problem. It's also on the earning side as well. Over the past several years, many banks have released new cards or have updated their existing cards to make them more competitive to American Express's flagship products, which tend to have higher annual fees. So when I compare some of these alternative cards to American Express, the American Express cards aren't really that competitive and not worth those high annual fees when it comes to the multipliers. Take, for example, the Capital One Saver One card compared to the American Express Gold card. From an earnings standpoint, this card gets you 3% cashback on dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and at grocery stores, as well as 1% back on all other purchases for no annual fee. And with the American Express Gold card, it earns you 4x points back on restaurants, 4x points back at US supermarkets, 3x points back on flights, and 1x points back on all other purchases, but it has a $250 annual fee. And of course, this is oversimplifying things a bit because the Amex Gold card has other benefits as well. But to get those solid food multipliers on the Saver One card with no annual fee, that just seems like an overall better deal in my opinion. I mean, with the Gold card, you're essentially paying that annual fee just for the privilege of earning MR points, which can be good if you plan to use them, but like I mentioned earlier, those points don't really fit into my lifestyle that well. Recently, I added the US Bank Altitude Reserve card to my setup that essentially gets me 4.5x points back on mobile wallets, which include groceries and restaurants since most of these places in my area accept mobile wallet purchases. And even though these points can't be transferred out to transfer partners, for me, these points are so much easier to redeem that I'm very happy to replace my Amex Gold card with this US Bank Altitude Reserve card as my primary food card moving forward. Now, with the Amex Gold card and its $250 annual fee, you can certainly offset that with the $120 dining credit and $120 Uber credit that comes on the card. But as we all know, these credits are given in the form of a monthly $10 statement credit for both credits. And this is another reason why I've stopped using American Express cards, and that's because of all of these monthly credits on their cards to lower the effective annual fee. Now, just to be clear, I have no problem with statement credits, but I do have a problem when it's a monthly statement credit because those are really annoying. So for me, I currently have 4 American Express cards that offer these monthly credits: the American Express Platinum card, the American Express Gold card, the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, and more recently, the American Express Business Gold card. And to juggle 4 different cards with monthly credits, in my opinion, is kind of ridiculous, especially because each of these cards have annual fees in the hundreds of dollars. And if I'm paying an annual fee, my expectation is that this card is supposed to make my life simpler, not harder. Of course, depending on your credit card strategy, this may or may not be worth it to you. But as someone who likes simplicity over complexity, I'm not really a fan of what's going on here. And not only do these 4 cards have monthly statement credits, so does the American Express Business Platinum card, the American Express Blue Cash Preferred card, and the Amex Blue Cash Everyday card. And this is why American Express has been increasingly considered to be a coupon book company. And I'm really starting to resonate with this as well, especially after the recent change with the Business Gold card having a higher annual fee along with 2 monthly statement credits. I mean, if Amex wants to be a coupon book company, I'm going to treat them like a coupon book company and only spend money on their cards for the coupons and then just use the cards for the benefits only. Now, for the specific benefits, this includes lounge access and the FHR program on the Platinum card, as well as Bonvoy Platinum status and the $85K free night award on the Bonvoy Brilliant card. But the Amex Gold card and Business Gold card really don't bring me any real value anymore, so I'll spend on the cards for the coupons while I still have them, and then both cards will be canceled when the annual fee posts on each card. So not only is American Express doubling down on their coupon book strategy, but they're also making it harder to get sign-up bonuses on their cards as well, which for us as credit card enthusiasts is one of the main reasons why we like American Express cards so much. And for me, this has left a pretty bad aftertaste in my mouth. At the time of the recording of this video, there have been changes to the welcome offer terms of 4 families of Amex cards: the no annual fee Amex cashback cards, the Platinum cards, the Gold card, and the Delta cards. Of course, this language says that you may not be eligible to receive a welcome offer, which gives American Express the ability to throw you in pop-up jail if they want, but for all intents and purposes, I think it's safe to consider these new changes as general rules. A lot of these offer terms have been layered in such a way that if you go for a higher tier card in that family first, you're no longer eligible for the sign-up bonuses on the lower tier cards within that same family. For example, with the no annual fee cashback credit cards, to get the welcome offer on the Blue Cash Everyday card, you must not have or have had the Cash Magnet card, which is a similar card to the BCE, or the higher tier Blue Cash Preferred card. Likewise, on the Delta series, to get the Delta Blue card welcome offer, you must not have or have had the Delta Gold, Platinum, or Reserve cards first, since these are the higher tier cards in Delta's lineup. The layers continue with the Delta Gold card welcome offer being ineligible if you have or have had the Delta Platinum or Reserve cards, and with the Delta Platinum card welcome offer being ineligible if you have or have had the Delta Reserve card. But one of the most frustrating updates is on the Platinum card, which basically makes the Classic Platinum, Schwab Platinum, and Morgan Stanley Platinum cards a single product when it comes to the sign-up bonus. Specifically, now you can only get the welcome offer on the Platinum card and Schwab Platinum cards only if it's your first personal Platinum card. Now, this change hasn't been updated yet on the Morgan Stanley Platinum, so you could theoretically still get a Morgan Stanley Platinum sign-up bonus if you've had other Platinum cards, but only time will tell if this continues to be the case. So this change effectively cuts your ability to earn MR points for the Platinum card sign-up bonus by a third, which is a lot of lost value. And this change was updated immediately and without notice, which in my opinion was not a great look. And if you end up getting a platinum card, I hope you got a gold card first, because another change they made was that you may not be eligible to receive a welcome offer on the gold card if you have or have had a platinum card. So in my view, American Express wants to funnel you into a position to get lower tier cards first when it comes to the sign-up bonuses. Certainly, this will probably decrease the number of sign-ups on these premium cards and cause two things to happen. The first is that it may help the premium benefits on these cards more exclusive, since less people will be getting them if they want to climb the sign-up bonus ladder. It also makes you hesitate before you decide to go for that higher tier card if you haven't been approved for the lower tier cards yet. Oh, and let's not forget that they also raised the standard minimum spend requirements by $2,000 on both the gold and platinum cards to $6,000 and $8,000 respectively, making it that much more difficult to get the sign-up bonus. So with all these changes, it looks like American Express is tightening its belt and making it harder for us as credit card enthusiasts to get these credit card sign-up bonuses. And I understand that at its core, American Express is a business and they have to do what it takes to make money. But like I said before, most of these changes are not positive for us, and it's making American Express a more restrictive issuer. So those are the reasons why I've decided to stop spending on my American Express cards. Again, I'm still going to use some of these cards for the benefits, but I'm transitioning away from using my Amex cards for actual purchases. And to fully understand this, I want to show you my 7 American Express cards that I have currently and how I'll be using them in the future. So my American Express cards are the Blue Cash Everyday card, the Morgan Stanley Platinum card, the Business Gold and Personal Gold cards, the Bonvoy Brilliant and Bonvoy Business cards, and the Hilton Honors Business card. And here's what's going to happen with them. For my Blue Cash Everyday card, this card is my oldest card with about 18 years of credit history, so I only put a small charge on this card every month to keep it open. For the Morgan Stanley Platinum card, I plan on keeping this card around for the benefits, specifically lounge access and the FHR program. Of course, I'll also be using this card to make sure I use all the statement credits that I can, and that includes the monthly $15 Uber credit, monthly $20 digital entertainment credit, and monthly $13.95 Walmart Plus credit. I'll also continue to use it for the 5x MR points back on flights and 5x MR points back on FHR hotels because it still has the highest multiplier for these categories, but we'll see how long I continue to do so. For the Business Rose Gold card, I'll spend $20 per month at office supply stores, and then this card is getting canceled at its first card member anniversary. For the Classic Gold card, I'll spend the monthly $10 Uber credit and $10 monthly dining credit, and then this card is also getting canceled at its next renewal period. For the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, I'll spend the monthly $25 restaurant credit as a necessary evil, but I'll be keeping the card for the benefits, specifically the Bonvoy Platinum status and the $85K Free Night Award every year. For the Marriott Bonvoy Business card, I'll keep this card open for the $35K Free Night Award, and luckily, there's no statement credit on this card, and I really hope it stays that way. And for the Hilton Honors Business card, this card will also be closed at its first card member anniversary since I got it just for the sign-up bonus. So you can see that I'll be canceling about half of my American Express credit cards soon, leaving only those cards that get me value through the benefits, with the exception of the Platinum card. And with all these cards, I've been fighting American Express statement credit burnout recently, and this could happen to you as well, so to see how to deal with it, check out this video next.